Here's Mike in Vegas. He says hello, and he's on Mad Dog Unleashed. Mike, good afternoon. How are you, pal? What do you have? Go ahead. Mike?
I'm doing okay, Chris. I wanted to thank you for taking my call, and I kind of go along with the previous caller, and I think that Rob Manfred is the weakest of all of the commissioners, including Gary Bettman of the NHL, who's elevated his status, actually. But here's the deal. This is a wokest, stupidest thing that Rob Manfred could ever do. It is following in the lame, numbskull footsteps of Adam Silver in 2017 when he took the All-Star game away from South Carolina because they would not allow grown men who identified as a woman on any given day to use the women's bathrooms, locker rooms, and showers. Shame on you, woke NBA, who's lost a tremendous share of fans, and I love the NBA.
They have. The NBA's been killed. Yeah, I agree. The NBA, for a variety of reasons, the NBA. Yeah, listen, again, the NBA has been murdered for a variety of reasons. China's got something to do with it, too. They're reeling. We all know that. Everybody, the ESPN doesn't want to tell you that, but they are. But, Mike, look at it this way. He has the All-Star game in Atlanta. He's going to read about how he's making a mistake for the next 4 months, and he's going to have a lot of his players of all races basically decide to boycott the game. He cannot have that. They wouldn't show up cannot anyway. Forget. No, they would show up. Mookie Betts would show up. He would, and I'm not saying Mookie Betts wouldn't show up if it was in Atlanta, but the bottom line is it would be a bone of contention with his sport. Players would have an opinion. They would be influenced, the players, Mike, and good call, by the union leadership with Clark and by writers and influential people in newspaper and media and everything else. And he does not need that to be a discussion point. Bottom line, whether he agrees, whether he thinks this is stupid to have to move, whether he agrees with the laws or doesn't agree with the laws, who knows? Nobody knows with Manfred. I don't know. I don't know what his political bias is. But the issue for him is his sport. And he cannot take a chance, especially with the last year and a half that they've had with the labor negotiations forthcoming in December, which is right around the corner. He cannot sit there and pick an unnecessary fight with his players, his African-American players mainly specifically, over a dopey All-Star game in Atlanta. He can't do that. He can put the All-Star game anywhere he wants. I mean, they can put it in any city in America, and they can still get the desired effect. Home run derby, fans in the stands, TV rating, pats on the back from everybody, and 3 days where he's under the national spotlight, and his sport is. That's what he has to concern himself with. That's it. Whether his political views are not important here. And whether you want to argue all day, as people will, that Manfred and Silva, they kowtowed to the left media and everything else, and all the folks out there who are, driving us crazy or driving you guys crazy with policy changes, fair. That's all fair. He probably is. And maybe down deep, if you got Manfred in a room and you ask him, Rob, really? He says, Chris, listen, the laws aren't bad. We all understand the laws, and maybe there's a case can be made that the laws should have been passed. But I can't take that chance here, and I can't put an All-Star game in July in Atlanta, and I got 27 players not showing up because of a boycott. And then I got an All-Star game in Atlanta, and I got nobody there in the ballpark. I got my players all over the place, and and my sport's getting killed for being behind the times. I am not going to do that to my sport. And that's what Manfred did today. And because of that, you cannot blame him. You cannot. This is not about politics with Manfred. This is about business. It's got nothing to do with politics. Who knows what his politics are? This has to do with business. He has to do what's right by his game. That's his job. 19 in front of the hour. We continue. We're on Mad Dog Unleashed.